McDonald's new $5 value meal is set to hit menus this summer, aiming to lure back customers who have been deterred by rising fast food prices. However, some of the franchise owners are concerned about the impact on their profits and are calling for more company support. Joining us right now is Scott Rodrick. He's a McDonald's franchisee. He's owning and operating 18 McDonald's franchises in Northern California. And Scott, it's good to see you again. I guess it's been about 2 months since we last spoke with you.
It's been about 2 months since this impact of the new California $20 wage on April 1st, and it has been quite a roller coaster. We've been monitoring this impact of inflation on my customer, which obviously is the most clear and present concern that I have as a franchisee today.
What has it meant to your profits over the last couple of months?
Well, this unprecedented and extraordinary historical wage impact, 25% overnight, targeted only to 15,000 restaurants in the state of California, it has impacted margins. And at this point, instead of lamenting about ill-timed and poorly conceived laws passed by the state legislature, franchisees like myself are focusing on trying to increase market share. Obviously, you mentioned in the lead into the story, we are about to launch this summer a revamp of the McDonald's meal deal at $5. The competitive space is getting extraordinarily heated up, and McDonald's plans to be, my restaurants plan to be at the forefront of trying to bring some relief to a inflation-impacted customer.
So you're in favor of this plan? I want to use it against the backdrop because I think what you're dealing with in California is probably more severe than just about any franchisee anywhere at this point, although everybody's dealing with the inflationary impact of higher labor and costs that go into making all of the things that you're there, too. McDonald's is using this as a national marketing campaign to try and bring customers back into the stores. You have seen guest count face a little pressure. What do you think about the plan overall?
Well, we've certainly seen guest count pressure in terms of fewer customers coming to restaurants in general. And those that do come into the restaurants are spending less money than they were spending before. So taking a page out of our long storied history in the world of McDonald's, we've always been a leader in value. And sometimes as a franchisee like myself, you have got to invest in margin. And so we're going to do that precisely this summer with the launch of not only the $5 meal deal, but a revamping of the national value platform. There are many, many franchisees across the country in their local advertising co-ops that have executed value in terms of beverage, in terms of food-led value. And the national value communication piece has gotten a little away from us of late. And so we collectively, as a group of McDonald's franchisees and the brand, have decided to come together and launch a very substantive, impactful, inflation-busting value campaign that launches again in literally about four weeks. The margin pressure is extraordinary. It's not just wage. We're talking about massive insurance costs that have gone up in the state of California, if you can get it. Government regulations that sometimes choke the lifeblood and oxygen on a small business entrepreneurship. Obviously, backdoor costs have skyrocketed: milk, eggs, the cost of beef, chicken. But all of those things combined, I can either just lament the impact to the cost of doing business, or I can get aggressive about growing market share, building my business. That entrepreneurial zest, that drive, is what I intend to do with my fellow franchisees in California to fight this horrible legislation and the impact that it's had on our business and our margins.